Hello, happy Monday, March 20th. Good to be back. What did I miss? Anything? Anything good happen? Anything at all? Anything good happen? Looks like S&P is right where I left it, 39.50. All is well, huh? This market is something else, eh? Looks like more. Oh boy, hold on one sec. Looks like more banks are about to fail. Looks like Jamie Dimon's going to buy out more banks, and his bank's going to be worth $1 trillion. All part of this plan, probably. There's no price. There's no, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no free market, fair price finding anymore. This is all just nonsense. This is all just fucking nonsense. There's no reason any of these banks should have a bid anywhere. We're going into basically a giant debt crisis, and no one seems to care. And now the Fed's going to likely not raise. They may even cut. And the market thinks that's good. That's not good. That's horrible. That's horrible. That means things are really, really broken. Why there's any support in this market right now is a little bit baffling until you realize that all these exchanges made zero-dated expiration contracts for a reason. So they just rake in fees, and big banks and hedge funds can move it around with their algos and not give a shit about any price or valuation. They just rotate. We buy banks today, we sell techs today, rotate back, sell small caps, buy small. It's all rotating. It's a carousel of money going up and down, out of this sector and into this one, left all day, all week, all month. This is not a real and fair market. This is definitely not capitalism. So anybody who says capitalism's to blame has been under a fucking rock for the past basically since Nixon. So they either don't know economics, or they're just dumb. Also, we are in QE. You can define QE. You can play semantics with if we're in QE or not, but we're in it. The Fed's balance sheet went up $300 billion over the past 2 weeks. That's quantitative easing. Them taking on bad assets is supporting the market. That's quantitative easing. You can semantic it out like, they're not doing what they call quantitative easing, but it is. I don't know why people have to fight this. It's crystal clear. It's throw your fucking politics away. It's crystal clear what's going on. And, the market the casino churns on. It's pretty nuts. It is pretty nuts. I do want to talk about a few names here. Microsoft obviously had a huge end of the week last week. It's down about $7 today. Again, rotation. This is all just fucking rotation. I mean, it rallied, $30 in 4 days and then sold off $7. That's just... we need to put our money somewhere, and Microsoft's not going bankrupt anytime soon. So let's just buy that for 3 days and then lock in some profits and rotate back into chips. And banks did well early today, kind of sold off late, but this is madness. It's madness is what it is. I mean, the S&P is still at 39.50. This is basically the middle of the range it's been for fucking 8 months. This isn't real. This is all just a bunch of bullshit numbers on a screen moving around. So, you get people all excited like they know exactly what's going to happen on Twitter, and the exact opposite happens, and then, I don't know. This is just madness. It's madness, people. So, like I said, get in, get out, and pray that. I don't even know. Don't even pray. What's the point? And then, like every day, this thing does the exact same thing. Prop it up, get a big sell off in the middle of the day, prop it back up, and pretty much where it started. And then leak it out in the aftermarket, then buy it up tonight, then leak it out in the morning, then pop it up early, then big sell order midday. This is just ridiculous, is what it is. I do want to talk about a couple of things, though. Kind of things, general topics we talk about every week or every day. AI is the real deal. Taiwan Semiconductors said they're getting a ton of orders for AI build out. I told you a month ago, this isn't hype. This is the real deal. This is finally the rollout of AI. And it's going to be big. It's going to be a giant tailwind to a lot of these chips, especially, Taiwan, when Taiwan Semiconductors is saying that, it's the same for NVIDIA and these other boys in the AI game. It's here. It's definitely here. So you can fight it and say these companies are overvalued, but we have no idea how much money is going to be invested in this thing yet. We just don't know. Until that becomes clearer and clearer, good luck taking a short side trade on it. If this market was normal, the S&P would be like 3,200 maybe right now. So if that's not at 3,200, why would NVIDIA be at 100? Because the market's irrational, and it can stay irrational longer than you can stay liquid. So if you want to fight the trend, which is buy everything just on different days, then go ahead. You're going to get fucking wrecked. It's crazy. Bitcoin, 28,000. Congrats, bulls. You proved me wrong so far. You're acting more like gold for the first time in your career. So kudos to that. I'm not buying it here. I'll probably never buy it, but that's fine with me because I don't care. But 28,000, congrats. It's strong. We're not getting these. Well, it's only been a week, so let's see how things shake out in the coming months. But 28,000 is pretty damn good. I do want to talk about, let's see, my favorite company, ENVX. The shorts are interesting on this one. So TJ Rogers comes out and buys over $3 million worth of shares over the past like 4 or 5 days. So it pops up in the morning, and then shorts come in and just slowly try to take it down, but the characteristics are definitely a little different. Normally this thing does give up all of its gains, and it's down. At the end of the day, it's usually red, but today was actually the first. I take that back. When it goes red 5-6%, and these things are now going red 2 to 3%. The water is rising with this one, and the shorts, I think 19 million shares are short of 157 million float. So it's over 10% of I think they're at like 14%-ish. I don't know. I'll do the math. You can do the math. 19 out of 157. It's like 14-15%. Short interest. The day they start covering that, and it should be soon, this thing's going to fly $3 or $4 in a day. And yeah, the valuation bugs will come out and say this thing shouldn't be worth $2 billion because they don't really have any big revenue yet. But again, S&P should be 1,000 points lower. The NVIDIA should be 150 points lower. We don't care about valuation. The market's forward-looking. The S&P is very forward-looking, probably pricing in 2050 right now. But this thing's got mega growth potential. I mean, ever since the shakeup in January of the board and these new guys are coming in, it's all been just good news after good news. And when the CEO is buying up millions of dollars worth of shares with his own money, who do you think's right? That guy or fucking short sellers who are trying to short an $11 stock? I love short sellers. I made nice short stocks all the time. But when you're fighting the CEO and a brand new management that come from the likes of Meta, Amazon, Qualcomm, Broadcom, and they're about to start 100x their production. Yeah, that usually means they have demand for their batteries. They're not doing this if they don't have demand for their batteries. So there's going to be a morning we wake up and there's going to be some sort of deal or new connection or new partnership with a Samsung or LG or one of these other companies, and this thing's going to fucking explode and short's going to lose their mind. There's shorts which are great. I think they're good and constructive for the market, keep things honest. But then there's also the stubborn dumb shorts who just short because they hate life, and that's what's happening in ENVX. And they're slowly getting louder, but this thing's now hovering around $11. We started talking about this around 6, so they're getting louder because they're starting to panic. And once they flip that switch to buy, it's going to be fast and furious, and this thing can launch. So keep an eye on that. These banks, fucking First Republic is probably going bankrupt. Rightfully so. Shitty people, shitty banks should go bankrupt. Shitty companies should go bankrupt. What we shouldn't be doing is buying everybody out. Bailouts. These are bailouts. But your politics aside, that's a bailout. We're in QE now. That's what it is. So you can call a piece of shit a diamond, but really it's just a piece of shit. And that's what's happening. Sorry, I'm a little testy today. There's no reason for that. I apologize. I was on left on Wednesday morning. Saw some family, which was nice. Had a fantastic few days. Pretty exhausted today. Maybe that's why I'm swearing so much. I'm pretty exhausted. A lot of beverages. And I thought, and I was watching the markets on my phone, not trading, going, oh, for Christ's sakes, I'm missing the best week ever. Which is pretty true. I mean, those movements on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday were pretty insane. But sometimes it's good to reset. Get too comfortable and you kind of lose sight of the overall picture, and so sorry for swearing and being so testy. I think it's really the ENVX shorts who keep barking but have no bite about it, and then you look at the people who are chirping about it being short, and you're going, who are you? What have you done? You're shorting an $11 stock and not one word about any of these banks that are all down 50, 60, 70, 100%. If you call yourself a short seller, short stuff that's actually going down, not up. But anyways, yeah, it should be interesting. This is probably one of the biggest weeks for the Fed. FOMC on Wednesday. Let me pull up. I think we got some other things going on too. These guys always trap me late. Let's see. Canada Corp CPIs tomorrow. Lagarde speaks at 7:30 Central tomorrow. That should be interesting. Home sales, 20-year bond auction tomorrow. That should be interesting as well. Wednesday. Wednesday is the big one. tons of euro news coming out too. They got core, Great Britain's core inflation. Lagarde, obviously speaking, she runs the whole eurozone. Mortgage rates. Remember when crude inventories mattered? That was fun. That was a fun year, like 6 years ago. Yeah, the rate decision on Wednesday. That's going to be massive. No one really knows what's going to happen. I think the market's still pricing in a quarter-point hike. Personally, I don't think Powell's going to do that. I think he's going to pause. I think he's going to pause on hikes and on balance sheet runoff, which clearly he already did because his balance sheet went up $300 billion over the last week. So that's already done. Quantitative tightening is over. That lasted a good 6-7 months before they broke the system and have to reverse course. So I think they pause and say we wait and we see. If they don't, so basically the reason all these banks have taken a huge shit is because the rate at which rates got hiked, and they were all sleeping at the wheel and didn't adjust their books on the fly. And now Powell has to bail them all out. So if he does raise rates again, even though the rate hikes are the cause, that's going to be the biggest credibility buster of all time. That would be baffling. I think the market would take a serious fucking hit if that happens. A serious fucking hit. But we'll see. So I don't think it happens. Market thinks a small one's going to happen. So the dot plot's where it's at. That's future expectations of future rates. So I think that's kind of what the market's going to be looking for is, maybe not what happens today, but what are you guys thinking for the future? If those all come in, we're done. I think market's probably going to fly higher. And then I think the real tank comes. I think pop and then tank. Historically, it's when rate hikes finish, we make lows after the rate hikes are finished. But these aren't historical times. Only one other time in history did the Fed raise rates while trying to loosen lower its balance sheet at the same time. It was 2016 or 17, and yeah, they had to reverse course pretty quick because the system couldn't handle it. So now we're double that in QE, and our rate is double of what the rate was last time it broke. So we reversed that, and then lows came pretty quickly after that one, but never else in history before '08 has QE even been a thing. Rising, lowering interest rates has, but Fed balance sheet was never a thing. So historically, lows come after the shift, but like I opened the show, this isn't fair. This isn't price discovery. This is horseshit, high frequency trading by mega funds, just rotating money around different sectors. And then, yeah, some are outperforming a little bit more because those are the tried and true names. So, who knows? We might sell off a bit and then make new highs again because the value doesn't matter anymore in this market. So, knowing that, you gotta stay frosty and just fucking... I mean, I don't hold anything overnight anymore. It's just not worth it. It's really not. It could be up 100 or down 100 the next day off the same fucking news that we heard the previous day. So it's nothing matters anymore. All right, so that's it. Obviously, Wednesday's the big one. probably the biggest FOMC day, maybe ever. So we'll see. Oh, I do want to talk about one more name. I did buy this long term because I just love what they're doing. So I buy companies that I love, and I think over the past year or so, they've slowly just gotten better and better in my mind. And I think they recently signed Russell Brand and Steven Crowder to deals to be on their platform, Rumble Video. Basically, they rival YouTube. YouTube is one of the biggest censoring machines of all time, and I do think the tides are turning on that, and the Rumble numbers seem to be getting bigger and bigger. I think Crowder broke a live stream record on his first live stream, so I'm on Rumble. This will be on Rumble, but obviously I'm not big enough yet to make any noise, but I do love them. I think they're going to be a serious problem for YouTube in the coming years. Right now, their market cap's $2.2 billion. For you value folk, it's overvalued like everything in your mind, but I like this name, so I bought it, and I'll probably hold it for a long time. Float's not too bad, 384 mil. Sorry, 384. No, float's actually 136 million. Let's see. What else can I tell you real quick about it? 100 mil owned by institutions. 142 mil owned by insiders. Who's Ontario Inc? That's huge. I love them, so that's just me. And I'm not a financial advisor, so do what you will. But I like the name, so I bought it. So that and ENVX are the only things I hold overnight anymore, because I don't see a reason other than, like, I don't know, some obvious move maybe. I mean, I did hold signature puts overnight, but that was a long-term play. Doing short-term options overnight is, you're playing with fire with it. So I will say Apple's daily. This is the other thing this market has seemed to love to do right now. Apple looks like a huge breakout after a month and a half breakout. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but this market's known to have these huge breakouts. Let's just keep an eye. Let's see if they're still doing it. Apple opens up maybe another buck. Looks like it's about to go hit 160, or it'll go kiss 160, and then they'll slam it, and it'll be the ugliest failed breakout you'll see on a chart. Sicko market. It's a sicko's market. So, yeah, play it safely and smartly, and I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys. I'm gonna do some changes to my logo and stuff, make it a little more easy to read, so it's not so bland, I guess. So hopefully that'll expose us to more people, and tell your friends, tell everybody you know to hit subscribe. I'm on Rumble and YouTube for now. I live stream on Twitch. I'm not big enough to have a Twitch channel yet, but I will, hopefully with your support. So hit subscribe, hit like, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, love you, bye.